heaven and earth, the God of truth, light and life. His name is Chukwuoki Kabiam. I am Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, the land of the rising sun. Biafra, Biafra, I heard them calling my name. 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 They say that I'm buried. They say no life in me. I'm kicking my clock ticking. Spirit never dies. I'm the rising sun. I rise, I hear the world.
We are going to continue from where we stopped. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Sunrise Daily News Analysis on Biafra Television. I am Ngozi Chukwuoka. Of course, today's program, we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. And that is, you're going to call us from your locality or from wherever you are. Tell us what your province can provide or what your province can give to Biafra, can offer to Biafra. What can be done? What can be produced? Don't forget that Ipob and Israel is going to run a business, a high-tech business here in Biafra land. There are going to be a lot of companies, and we are going to go into agriculture, and of course, there are a lot of things to harness in Biafra land, and we are going to list those things here. Wherever you are, you can come up and tell us what is obtainable in your community. That is why we are here. We want to put the word on notice. Don't forget, we are in the step, in the dimension that is confusing to our enemies. And of course, this stage is a stage of diplomatic offenses. And of course, the enemies are going to be offended because of our diplomatic moves. And that means we all are going to adopt the new move, the new dimension, so that we can work together. Once again, you are welcome. Mazuraku, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, like you have rightly said, freedom is not given by the oppressor. It's taken by the oppressed. And of course, when we talk about offensive diplomacy, that is what we mean. This is the time you think of what to do for Biafra. And of course, every one of us need to step up and live like Biafra. That is actually, we are going to offend them by our lifestyle. We are simply going to ignore that evil contraction called Nigeria and start living like Biafra. That's what we mean. And of course, by the time you start settling our homes, by the time we start dusting up and start settling the agro industry in order, and of course, you see that farm settlements will be built. And of course, with the help of Israeli businessmen, I'm telling you that actually would end up provoking these evil people. And of course, if they feel provoked, we are asking for one simple thing: the date for Biafra referendum.
Of course, and while we are waiting for Biafra referendum, don't forget that election boycott come February 16th, it's to be boycotted. Our leader said something. He said on that very day, we are going to cripple the whole of Biafra land, and no one is going to come out. And of course, do you see it happening?
It must happen, because you see, we are getting busy building our land. We don't have to be distracted by these evil men. They have all the ways, all the years distracted us, kept us busy pursuing shadows. You know what it means to live in a false entity called Nigeria. You think you're a Nigerian and you're pursuing shadows, and you have political elites who are helping them, you know, to engage the people, thinking that there's a country called Nigeria that has never done anything for you. And of course, a country that instead of doing something for you is killing you. The country that have killed everything our ancestors left for us, have destroyed our land. Do you know that in the coastal region of Biafra land, we talk about oil spillage? What are we talking about? We are saying forgetting that the land that our ancestors left for us, things that our ancestors left for us, have been destroyed by oil spillage. Our people can no longer at least do the normal agriculture, do the normal farming. That's what we're talking about. The political system have been destroyed. The infrastructures have been destroyed. The roads, our elder statesmen, the late Mbakwe and the rest of them left for us have been destroyed. The educational system that Michael Opera and the rest of them hustled to build and struggled hard to live for us have been destroyed by these political elites. So when we are talking about Nigeria, Nigeria is a distraction. Nigeria means death. Nigeria means backwardness. Nigeria is just like rolling downhill, and you see your life going down to the pit of hell, because Nigeria is actually hellfire. When we're talking about hellfire, there's no location called hellfire if not Nigeria. So when you're talking about Nigeria, you're talking about the center of the heart of darkness, where you talk about hell, where you talk about everything negative. And our political elites like to live there, because that is where they see when God speaks, everything hears, and both animate and inanimate things. Even those of them that were dead in the past, that their voices were dead in the past, are beginning to have something to say this period, because their actions are speaking. Yes, you now see that the church is beginning to wake up. It's no longer a time when politicians will dump money in the church and they will allow them to use their premises. There are even the most reverend fathers, we are the ones preaching it. This time around, the action is speaking louder than voice. They are beginning to remove the posters of the politician, and of course telling you that we cripple everything about Nigerian politics. It doesn't take place in Biafra land anymore. We are saying no to Nigeria, everything that has to do with Nigeria, because we are Biafra. We have to live in Biafra land as Biafrans. And of course, what it takes is you standing up and behaving like a Biafra, living like a Biafran, taking steps, thinking about what to do for Biafra. And the first thing you must do for Biafra concerning the election is to make sure that you remove the bills, remove all those nonsense they have posted on the walls. And of course, everywhere you see it, you owe yourself a duty to remove it. So that is why you see steps are being taken. And of course, people are beginning to respond. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not joking, and we, the indigenous people of Biafra, we are not joking. It is a serious business, and all hands have to be on deck. Make sure there's no poster, there's no bill, election bill standing anywhere in Biafra land.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, wherever you are in Biafra land, ensure you keep evangelizing, sensitizing the people about the need for election boycott. Very, very important. And like we know, they will definitely come up with their killings, the carnage they always commit against Biafrans. Of course, during the election period, there's always a time to be careful, there's a time to be watchful, because it's their time of their murderous activities. And this time around, how can we boycott their killings as well?
We are now going to allow the killings to happen again. We are not going to allow it to happen. Watch Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's strategy. It has actually reduced the killings. And you see that since the coming of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the killings reduced. Actually, they didn't stop completely, because if you watch Operation Python Dance 2, while we take note of those killings, is because IPOB is here to document them, to tell the world. In the previous years, they have killed us more, and nobody took note of it. Politicians were the one helping them to hide it. I still call on the leadership of Mossop to tell us how many of our brothers and sisters that were killed, because we look at the killings that took place. They have killed our people in thousands everywhere in Biafra land, and we knew that the killings were so much, so heavy, that and up until now I'm yet to see any of their records. But you see, since the coming of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we take records, we expose these killings, we make it known to the international community. And of course, it's as if we are crying. But the truth about it is that we are saying it the way it is. And of course, with the awareness that is on board, everybody are conscious of what is happening. And that is why we are not going to allow the killings to happen. How are we going to do it? We are going to simply sit in our homes. By the time we cripple the system, is it not on election day when they see you on the street, they will shoot you? You sitting at home, then nobody comes to your house to shoot you. If you are sitting at home and you see the system everywhere have been crippled, then how is the killing going to take place? So Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has a better strategy, and that is why when you say election boycott, that is the simple thing. Sit at home. You sit at home.
Sorry, I think you're forgetting something. Don't forget, during the Anambra election, so many people, the Nigerian army went to the houses, to people's houses, and we are dragging them out to come and vote.
Yeah,
it happened.
I knew.
And it could still happen.
I know they did that in the past.
Okay.
They did it in Anambra. And of course, remember that was the first time also we had to boycott the election. We have also learned so many things with Anambra election. But this time around, you see, the Nigerian system that we know, that we are aware that the international community are also watching. Remember that on Nigerian election day, it's not just going to be like the Anambra election that was only one state. It's going to be something that the international community, the eye of the international, the entire world will be on the evil contraction called Nigeria. And apart from it, we the indigenous people of Biafra, you see, we are conscious of today that we are talking about self-defense. In the past, the army will come out and do anything they like. This time around, they will not do it and get away with it. There's no way the army, how many are they? Think about our population. There's no way they will be big enough, no matter the amount, the number of the army, to go to all our houses and start dragging us out. No, they can't do that. And of course, when the Nigerian army comes to your house, you know something, self-defense is allowed. So this time around, we are not going to allow it to happen. It has happened in the past, and enough. When we say enough is enough, we are standing up to take what belongs to us. We are not begging them. We are not telling them.
You know, when you said, sorry, self-defense is allowed, I begin to look at the possibility of someone without an arm confronting or defending himself from someone who has a gun.
Yes, it is. You can look at it from that angle, but you need to also understand that yes, he has a gun, but one man with a gun cannot confront 1,000 people with a gun. You need to also look at it from that perspective. Yes, he has got a gun, but you see, when you are overwhelmed, you can be overwhelmed even with your gun. So there are ways of catching a rat. There's a way of catching. So you see, like when it is on election day, we know that when we say we are going to cripple the activities of the evil contraption called Nigeria, we will do just that. And of course, the killings, we are not going to watch it happen. It has happened in the past. They kill us and we will keep crying. This time around, it's not the time to cry. This time around, our leader said self-defense is allowed. And for that reason, self-defense has been activated in Biafra land. Nobody has any right to come to your house and kill you. That is what it means. So there are communities, and of course, we have to also be on alert. So when we are talking about election boycott, we need to sit in our home and be careful, watch our environment. And of course, when the streets are deserted, we will know when they are coming. We can always watch out through the windows and know what is happening in the streets.
Okay, thank you very much. We can always watch and know what is happening in the street. Very important. Everyone get ready. And of course, don't forget our leader said, you know, in his words, he said, let them shoot. I want them to shoot. And of course, we know what that means is actually daring them and telling them that today is no longer yesterday. So don't forget that very day should be your offense salad day, like we did in Anambra state election. That day was a great day. It was offense salad day. And of course, before then, you know what to do. Go to the market, buy yourself chicken, buy yourself the goat meat, buy whatever you need, and of course sit in your houses and enjoy yourself. That's one of our days.
You know how people need to start stockpiling. I mean, because they just celebrated Christmas and the New Year,
exactly.
Meaning that chicken will be scarce in the market. And you remember what happened in Anambra? There was no chicken anymore in the market, and a good number of them had to travel to neighboring states, like going down to Delta State, going to other nearby states to buy chicken. You know what it means. So it means that you need to start buying on time. You need to start keeping your chickens, because that day you may not find chicken to buy. So because people will be sitting at home enjoying themselves, eating offense salad. You know, Anambra that was actually a day where people had to sit at home. Those of them that have never stayed at home with their family for a long period of time, enjoy their family that day. That's another day to enjoy your family. So you're simply going to sit at home and enjoy your festival. So start buying the chickens on time, because it's not, the period is not too long ago. And of course, Christmas, you know, a lot of chicken, except those that escaped. You know, some people's Christmas chicken escaped. So it's only few chicken you find in the market now. You need to start shopping.
Okay, don't forget that day is another offense salad day, 16th of February 2019. It's offense salad day. That's the Nigerian presidential election. And you ask, who are they going to elect? You know, it baffles me seeing a country of over 200 million people, not really a country anywhere, a contraption harboring over 200 millions of people, trying to vote in an imposter, knowing there is an imposter there, and they are still clamoring to have an imposter ruling over them. It's really, really, you know, it's disgusting, and of course, it's a thing of concern, because we have youths out there who have graduates, who have people, who have professors, you know, people of different calibers, who still talk about voting the man in Asorok an imposter, and you know, it's just like it's a normal thing.
You see, 2019 and the days are getting closer. A lot of things are beginning to be unveiled. And of course, what you discover that today, Atiku's voice is going down because he has actually done what he came to do. But, you know, it's not going the way they actually planned.
Yeah.
You see, Atiku came out to force people to vote. That was what Atiku came to do.
So.
Atiku actually came out to make canvas so that people will be interested. He came out flagging that he's coming to restructure. That when he restructures, he's going to, and he said a lot of things. And of course, our leader made it clear. He, in his last broadcast, is asking them what actually do they mean by restructuring? Because this restructuring, as far as we are concerned, they have not been able to define it in the first place. And of course, Atiku came out, and of course, that is the language that the political elites have been using, and he tried to deceive the people. And we know, I said it several times here, that Atiku is only coming out to deceive. And of course, if Atiku continued and maybe there was anything that could be done with the Ekiti election and all that, maybe Atiku would have succeeded if there was voting. If Nigeria is a country where voting will count, if Atiku had actually come out and campaign as usual, and of course he would have had the masses, maybe he would have won, and the Fulanis would have also accepted. But the case is different. The cabals actually have a different plan. The plan is allow Atiku, and of course, because he's a Fulani man, of course anything can happen. In case things turn upside down, he'll be accepted. So Atiku was to go out there while the man in Asorok was just keeping quiet. Atiku was going up mobilizing people, and he began to touch the likes of Obasanjo, and of course using Obasanjo and like a machine too. They have always used him. And you know, when they want to work, they start working from the west. They started touching the likes of Obasanjo, and they began to assemble. Remember how Obasanjo himself, that had tore his PDP card in the past, began to put his, you know, something, vomiting and licking your vomit. A man as big as he is. So Atiku has actually finished his work. And of course, today you see that the real plans are rolling out. The man in Asorok is the real man they want to continue, because the killing machine has to continue killing. That is what you see that is happening in the evil contraction called Nigeria. And of course, we know that voting has never won election in Nigeria.
Of course, that, you know, just yesterday, do you know who was appointed the INEC coalition chairman? It was still Buhari's cousin.
Yes. The
same woman who did, who was appointed during the Edo election, during the Ekiti election. And you know what that means? You know,
Duara is becoming another house of dukes. You know, if you go to Duara today, it's becoming something different, because it's now a family business, you know, like Coca-Cola, you know. That is what Nigeria is turning out. It's now a family business, you know, making Nigeria a strong business thing with being run by the cabals, and of course the Fulani family, the Duara family, and of course with the help of the Sudanese. And you see a kind of relationship, you see a kind of business cooperation growing between the Fulani cabals, and of course the Sudanese, with a Sudanese there as the director running the evil contraction called Nigeria. You can see the kind of fun they are making. You see an actor sitting in Asorok, directing the like movie. You know what it is. So that is the evil contraction called Nigeria. So you don't expect anybody can, even his brothers are most of them are still coming up, because you see one appointment is just like, you know, bringing the entire family, sharing the business, you know, making everybody take their own share. Somebody has to be there working for the family, representing the family, even when the real man is from Sudan. So a lot of things are happening. That is what you see in the evil contraction called Nigeria. These things are rolling out, and of course, election days, you see a lot of things happening. So voting has never won election in Nigeria, and don't expect it to be in 2019. The normal thing is the rigging, and of course they will rig it as usual, and the man in Asorok will continue, because that is what the cabals, that is what those that own Nigeria want, and that is what you see that's going to play. That is why we, the indigenous people of Biafra, we are awake today, and the evil cannot continue. In our land, freedom is not given. Of course, we know that it has never been given. Freedom is taken by the oppressed, and that is what we are doing. We are taking steps further, and we are taking our freedom. We are beginning to build our land, and of course, we are looking away from Nigeria. We are marching ahead and ahead in our land.
Okay, thank you very much. Although this is not actually what we have for today, but we'll still come to that. I have a news here I want to read. It's very important to help Nigerians, not for Biafrans anyway. Okay, now the federal government without fanfare approved 2 Sudanese airlines, Badr Airlines and Taco Airways, to operate into Kano. The 2 airlines shall each be operating 2 flights weekly from Khartoum, Sudan to Kano. Okay, so how do we look at this? Let me finish up anyway. My worry, I hope it's not true, but Sudan is one of the breeding and training grounds for terrorists, Boko Haram and Al-Qaeda inclusive. What relationship do we have with the Sudan to attract the huge anticipated traffic to accommodate business interests of two airlines? What are the terms of the Bassa agreement? What is the accounting of the huge traffic between Sudan and Nigeria? Questions and more questions, and of course Nigerians need to they need to ask these questions.
But it's simple. The logic is clear. The whole thing is simple. The man in Asorok, Jubril, didn't come alone. You need to understand. He came with a lot of his families. The traffic has to be heavy, and they need to create something between Kano and Sudan, so that they need to, his family would have access, direct access. So that is what you see that's playing out there. So when you talk about this, talk about the relationship between Sudan and the evil contraction called Nigeria, the owners of Nigeria, that's a very strong relationship. There are places, of course, where decisions are taken. Now, of course, when they want to do important things, when they want to bring some secret things, when that relationship has to be there, and they are doing everything to solve it. Is it not the same thing they are doing all over West Africa? Wherever you see this, the Fulanis doing a thing like this, you see them hanging with all the West African, most of their allies in West Africa. Don't you imagine that they are talking about building railways? Do you know what they did? They went and built one to Niger, to Niger. Instead of building it around the evil contraction, they said Nigeria is a one country, but they are interested in building one. And of course, airline today that is flying, instead of flying from Port Harcourt, remember our leaders made mention of it. See, they are not thinking of you flying from Port Harcourt to Los Angeles. No, they are not thinking that. What is important to them is that somebody from Sudan just need to fly straight and fly to Kano, and of course that traffic have to be maintained. So that tells you that these people are bent on their plan. You need to understand what we are talking about. That Islamization agenda is real. And of course the man in Asorok, even when he has been unveiled, they are not ready to let him go away, because he is the one running the affairs. It's a fun fair. They are simply making fun with the evil people, with the people that think they're Nigerian. Now, of course, that's why they have two laws running concurrently. You have the Salami Abubakar constitution running, and of course, they are using it to make fun of the same people. And of course, you have the Islamization agenda, you have the Sharia law running in the north. So, you see, they are doing a serious business. And of course, the owners of the business, the stakeholders, understand the law. They understand the Sharia law. That is the one they are using to run their affairs. Where the remaining people, the remaining fools, those that think that they are Nigerian, they allow you to run with the Abdulsalam Abubakar 1999 military constitution, for that matter, and of course they don't respect it. So that is the mess you are in. So you think you're a Nigerian, you're just wasting your time. And of course that is why we, the indigenous people of Biafra, we are not waiting for an opportunity to be given to us, because we know they will never allow it. But one thing is that we have decided to self-determination. That is what we mean. What we are doing today is what is called self-determination. We must take what belongs to us. We must live in our land and live as Biafrans, and not as the evil thing they call Nigeria. So that is why you see the gap is being breached, and the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, and of course Mazen Nandekano, is addressing the core issues, because we are Biafran and we have to be Biafra. So that is why 2019, every Biafra must come up with a sense of responsibility. Take advantage of the programs and think of what to do for Biafra, because there is something you can do for Biafra. It's not about you thinking what is US coming to do for us, what is Germany, and some people are sitting down thinking that no, it is about you thinking that an opportunity has been given to you to be free for once in your life. What do you think you can do for Biafra? That is why we are here. You have to think, you have to sleep over it, and of course don't do anything. Wake up and tell us what you think you can do for Biafra. What talents do you have? What education do you have? What is there in your village? What can you do for Biafra? That is where we are. So about thinking, harnessing what is in our land, we are awake today, and we need to remain awake.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, that has brought us to the major issue of discussion today, talking about what can be harnessed in Biafra land. What do you have in your community? Very important. Why would Israel come to, invest in Biafra land? And what's important? How is it going to help us? How long is it going to last? Is it really to our own favor? What do we expect from the Nigerian government? Okay, so over to you, Mazi Uriako. With all these happenings, with this diplomatic move, what do we expect from the Nigerian government?
You see, the Nigerian government, one, what you expect them normally would have been to flag off one of those their deceitful programs. You know, when they know that we are serious, we want to rebuild our land, we want to harness what is in our land, you will see them also trying to counter it. If they had known earlier enough that this is the direction we are going, you know, they never thought that this is they thought we were going to deploy military men. They expected that in 2019 you see some people wearing uniform and they say they are Biafran soldier. That was exactly what Nigerian system or Nigerian government was planning, and that was why they declared Operation Python Dance to start running from January 1st. So they thought that December 31st we were simply going to come out and close our borders and of course roll out military. So they never knew this is the angle we are coming. If they had known, what the man in Aswak would have done was he would have flagged off a lot of fake projects. Remember the Ogoni cleanup? He would have maybe maybe sent another bill to the House of Assembly and they start talking about it, because he will never do it. He would have risen, touched the paper, and of course he would have gone to the community with fake projects, and of course he will flag off a lot of projects, fake projects. So that is the angle you should expect, and of course before they do that, they have to finish with the 2019 election. You know, we are always 7 steps ahead of them. So before you see them sitting down to plan that, they must conclude with the 2019 election, and before that we have already gone. You know, they are sleeping. They don't understand. That is it. So while they were sleeping in the night, we were working, and today, you know, it is a new dawn. We are actually moving ahead of them.
Okay, thank you very much, and of course our lines will be open now for you to call in. Tell us what you can what can be harnessed in your land, in your society, in your locality. We talk about provinces. When you call, you tell us where you are calling from, you tell us your province and what you think your province can offer to Biafra. Very, very important. And of course, before we go on a break, I want to release today's question based on the quiz that has been going on, and the winner today will be going home with an airtime, a recharge card. Okay, the question is, who was the ex-Nigerian head of state that participated in Biafra genocide and orchestrated the massacre in Odi, Zaki, Ibam, Bayelsa State? You answer the question and you will be going home with a recharge card. Your line will be recharged for you. So call us and tell us the answer. Also call us and tell us where you come from and what can be gotten there. Very important. But then we'll be going on a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. News analysis on Biafra television, and lines are open for you to call in and make your contributions. Very important. Call in and tell us what you have in your community, what do we have in your community, what can be harnessed there, and what can you offer to Biafra. Very important. We are in another dimension, we are in another stage, and that's a diplomatic stage, and all hands must be on deck. You know, when we keep saying all hands must be on deck, this is actually the time. Exactly. Everyone must be involved.
Yes, it means to work. Because they said if you have been doing something and you think you are working, this is the time to work hard. And of course, we know that working hard doesn't kill anybody. You need to let your brain become active. What can you do? And you start doing that thing. The chance have been given this time around that yes, we are going to rehabilitate roads. All those roads, those rehabilitated roads and infrastructure we have, we are going to touch them, including schools in our communities. So you know, if you get down to the communities, you see how the condition where your children are learning. So we need to start touching them. That is the time when you talk about parents, teacher now coming together and working together and making sure that the schools are working. So it's time to build our land. You need to make your own contribution, and of course start working early enough in 2019.
All right, call on the phone. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's the name you are calling from?
I'm calling from Kaduna State.
You're welcome.
My name is Ogochi. Hello?
Go ahead, what's your name?
Okay. I think if you work, we are doing for Biafra all over the world.
What is your name, please?
I pray may Almighty God
You see?
I'm protecting God and the Ipob all over the world. Hello?
I think you're not listening.
Hello?
Sorry, we are going to take another call. Hello, call on the phone.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Please go ahead. What's the name? Where are you calling from? Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Good morning, my sister Ngozi.
Thank you very much. Good morning from here.
And good morning, Mazi Bright Oriako.
Good morning, my brother. Welcome to
My name is Ekene Chukwu. I am calling from Kenya, Nairobi, precisely. We thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama because Chukwu Okike Abiyama is great. What we are doing here is a spiritual thing. Biafra is a spirit. There is something that you read about Sudan having a flight from Sudan to Kano.
Yeah, approval of 2 flights from Sudan to Kano.
Yes. Now, that's to confirm what our leader has been saying. That's to confirm his prophecy, what he has been saying. Now they are planning. They are planning a very big plan. They have a very big plan. Because Jubilee is from here, and they have to the two countries have to plan together in this time around. But we are not against whatever they are planning. If they like, let them fly from whatever to wherever they want. That is not our problem. Our problem now is Biafra, because Biafra have come not to go back again. We are here. We are not going back. Biafra have risen not to fall again. That's remind me when Emirates were asking Goodluck Jonathan to give them a hangar in Enugu to fly from Dubai to Enugu direct, and they refused. And they are all Biafrans. Now look at what is going on. It sounds right. Look at what is going on right now, because they never believe. All of them were never. They thought they were one Nigeria without knowing they are not a Nigerian. They are Biafran. Look at what is going on today. But that is not our problem. Biafra have come, and we are not going back on Biafra issue. Whatever Nigeria is doing, what we are asking our people is just like what you people say. On election day is to offend Saturday. Let everybody stay at home. Let them do their things. Because we have chosen a way to follow. We have chosen our way to follow. We are not going back on Biafra. Biafra must come. And let me say something. In my province, I'm from Abakaliki province, and what we produce, what we have in our land, we have rice, 2 species of rice, and we have a stone, which is in Kalagu stone. Yeah. We have a salt in my place. When you fetch water and cook it, when you cook it, it will turn to salt. We have a lot of things in Abakaliki. We have a lot of things. So we thank our leader. We appreciate our leader for giving this opportunity. Let them come and develop. Our land is good for. We have many things good in our land. Thank you very much. Bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Call on the phone. Hello. Hello, call on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
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 Sorry, I think you are listening to your device. Please, when you call on this platform, ensure you turn down the volume of your listening device, or you turn it off, so that we can have an effective communication. Hello, call on the phone.
Hello.
Yeah, what's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, we can't hear you.
Good morning.
Thank you.
My name is Victor. I'm calling from Umaya.
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Regarding to the question you asked, the answer is there are Olusegun Obasanjo. Yeah.
General Olusegun Obasanjo. What's your name again?
Thank you.
What's your name again, please? Your name.
My name?
Yes.
And so my name is Ugochukwu Onwuka. Calling from Mumbai.
Ugochukwu Onwuka. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Ugochukwu Onwuka, calling from Mumbai.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Hello? I said Ugochukwu Onwuka, calling from Mumbai.
I think your device is on. Hello? Call on the phone.
Ugochukwu.
This is too bad. Our people are not listening. Please, before you call on this platform,
Okay, sir. Okay.
ensure you turn off the device you are using, please. It's very important. If you cannot move away from the device, turn it off. You don't call and at the same time you are listening to your device. You will be distracted. Very important to take note of it, please. Okay, we'll have a caller there on the phone. Hello. Hello, caller on the phone, can you hear me? Hello, caller on Skype.
Good morning, I'm on.
You're welcome. What's the name where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. It's Mazio Friday again. I'm calling from Abakaliki province of
You're
Biafra.
welcome. Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much. I want to say good morning on the fellow Biafrans all over the world. It's my pleasure to join you this morning on the program. It's my pleasure, and I welcome all of you, and I say thank you, and may God bless you for the work tirelessly doing for our nation, Biafra. I want to bring a report of what is going on in the state from the 2nd of this month to today. On the 2nd of this January, we, the indigenous people of Biafra in Abakaliki province, held our evangelical rally at Afipo in Ebonyi South Senatorial District. And on that evangelism, so many people came out in a large number. Our people, both in the states and those in Iguacha who returned for the festive period, they joined hands in the rally, and we went far in the whole of Afipo North, and it was a very good one indeed. And so many people were all hailing Biafra, giving the assurance that indeed they are going to cooperate with IPOB. But early morning that 2nd, there were 3 of our members coming from Amasre to the venue of the venue where we will take off the rally. On reaching Amasre Market Square, the Nigerian army on a patrol stopped them and arrested the 3 of them. And up till now, we have not been able to ascertain where they are. Either they are in the custody of the Nigerian army or in the custody, or they handed them to the police. Because we have made contact to Nkwago Barrack, the cantonment of the Nigerian army in Nkwago. But we were told that they had no knowledge of what happened, that they are not aware of it. So now I wonder where they took them to, because it was the Nigerian army on a patrol that abducted the 3 of them. So the names of the people arrested were Obonaya Eric and Chukwumije Edam, then the Pastor Favor Elowa Obia. So these are the 3 persons that was arrested by this Nigerian army on a patrol. But the most worrisome now is that the Nkwago Barrack in Abakaliki, having contacted them, They said they don't have any knowledge of that. So now we are asking the world, because they are Nigerian army, not Cameroonian armies. So we don't really know where they took them. Up to this morning, we have not been able to hear from the three. And the family, since that day, have not seen them. So that is it, and it is very serious. Those people, when we were on march, we marched throughout Africa, north, but they could not even stop anything we were doing. We met them, we passed and go to where we were going. They couldn't stop us. Or these are brethren, while they were coming in the morning, they stopped them on the way. And abducted them.
Okay, thank you very much. Your report is noted, and of course our intelligence will do the job. They will find out what actually happened. And you know, when we tell people about what we are going through in Biafra land, it's as if it's a make-up story. You can imagine 3 people on their way going to evangelism. It's not as if they were caught with insignia or whatever, because according to report there wasn't search.
You see,
but they were abducted, and not just abducted, up until now their whereabouts is unknown.
You see, we talk about the method the Nigerian army have adopted recently. They have been kidnapping our people. They started kidnapping, because that is what it is. They did it, this cannot be called an arrest.
Sure.
It is not an arrest. They simply kidnapped them and take them to unknown location. So they know that if they shoot them, of course, we will come after them. But this time around, they kidnapped them. The simple thing, they kidnapped them and
we have been kidnapping our people.
Right, call on the phone.
Because that is what it is.
Can you turn down the volume of your listening device? That's too bad. Please, anyone who calls and I hear the sound of your device on the background, I will have no other choice than to drop the call. We have lots of callers who are waiting. Hello, call on the phone.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Prophet Vincent, calling from Abakaliki province.
Wow.
I thank you for this noble work you are doing for the Biafra.
Thank you very much.
This Nigerian army, not only that these people have got a member, they go ahead to take our member to the Sabisa forest. They now kill them, and they show to the world that they have begun to kill the insurgents, the Boko Haram. So these have been their tactics, and I call upon the world, the international community, to look into what the Nigerian army is doing to the Biafrans. So the Nigerian army have used very different types of tactics in killing the Biafrans, and we cannot continue like this. I ask the God himself, the Chukwokika Gama, to give this Nigerian army confusion. They will continue to be killed by the Boko Haram. Hence, they have chosen to kill the innocent Biafrans who are harmless. So I thank you, our great presenter in the studio. I thank our stream leader. I thank every member of IPOB and all the well-wishers of the Biafra country, the Biafra nation. The Biafra is here. There is not amount of intimidation these Nigerian security forces will bring to Biafra that will make us to succumb. Rather, we will be going higher until Biafra is restored. There is no election in the Biafra land. Nothing they can do. Biafra is here. So I thank you. I remain blessed in the mighty name of Chukwuka Biama.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have another caller there on the phone. Hello. Hello, caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
No, is that Biafra television?
Yes, it is.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Thank you. You're listening to your device and you have to go. Sorry about that. Hello, caller on the phone.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello. Yeah, I called back.
You called back?
It's me that answered that question you asked. You asked
me about my name and I say my name is Ugochukwu Onwuka.
Yes, I've taken down your name. Thank you very much.
My listening device is off now.
I said I've taken down your name. Thank you very much. If you're the winner, we'll contact you. Thank you very much. We'll have another caller.
I'm not hearing you clearly.
Oh my goodness. If you can't hear me, it means you're not concentrating.
You say what?
Okay.
Hello?
I said your name has been taken down. Will we contact you? We'll have your number. Hello, call on the phone. Okay, we'll have another caller there. Hello, call on the phone.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Hello, call on the phone. Can you hear me?
Good morning to you, my sister Ngozi.
Thank you very much. Good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from? Okay, that's too bad. I do not know why they are not listening, but this moment we will be going on a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes, we have to continue. The truth about it is that Biafra must be restored, and everybody, all hands have to be on deck, and that is why 2019 is the year. And of course, our leader have made it clear that there's no two ways about it than to get things done in 2019. We are going to have our referendum, and beyond that, every Biafra needs to start doing something, start living like a Biafra, start rebuilding, start cleaning up, remove all the evil posters you see on the streets of Biafra land, and of course, start repairing things, start fixing the roads, start fixing the school, our school system that have been destroyed, our educational system that have been destroyed, our buildings that have been destroyed. We start rehabilitating them, and beyond that, we are going to start doing something. The Israeli businessmen are actually coming to help us, and we are going to start developing farm settlements in your own area. What do you have that can be touched? What farm settlements do you think? What do you think that we can do with what you have in your village? We know that yes, in Abakaliki province, we talk about rice production there. You talk about a lot of agricultural produce that can be produced there. But tell us. Call us from your own location. What do you think that can be done in your own locality, in your village? What do you have as a Biafra?
It's very important we know what you have there. And of course, I think Ebonyi State is really, really winning. You know, when the struggle started, we are the people, we used to have several complaints. They say we are not Biafrans, we are not going to be Biafrans. And, you know, Igbos maltreat us, they see us as inferior people, we are not from there. And, you know, a lot of things. We are coming from there, but recently I find out that these people are more formidable. They are even becoming formidable than Abba.
Yeah, yes. Do you know one thing?
Almost 80% of the colors.
The divide and rule system almost succeeded. To
Indeed,
the point that an Abakaliki man, you know, Devuma, he said Biafra, Ebonyi State was not Biafra land.
Biafra, yes.
And it was getting to a point, maybe one day Anambra too will wake up and tell us, maybe, you know, that was the level that the divide and rule had got to. But, you know, today, Biafra is united. We are striving as united as we are.
Hello, call on the phone. Call on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
WhatsApp, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Malaysia. I'm Ejike by name.
Go ahead.
I greet you people all.
Thank you.
Against Atiku. What I'm trying to say there is that they only bring Atiku up, as Bright has said, to make people to come out and vote for that day. Atiku is not coming to win the presidential election, but we don't care about that. But just to let our people to know, they are still bringing Jibril back again
for him to complete the charts, the thing that they have given to him to do, because it's not completed. So let our people wake up. Let every person sit and come that very day. No one should go out that he wants to go and vote. No matter what they are gallivanting, giving everything all set and done. Understand what is going on. This is fight. It's last fight. That they should not come out and vote. No matter whatever they are giving to them, they should relax. Did not come out and vote. The other one again, that's agriculture. My place in Equator, when during the time of Umbakwe, we have Olonna North. When you go to Olonna North, there's a lot of agric. The palm produce is dead now. Nothing is going on. Nothing is going on there today again. But place is a very place that produce a lot of things, both rice, both palm fruits, a lot of things. But that place is dead today. I'm very happy to hear this development. When the time reach, they will come there too. See what our forefathers has did. Then we continue from that place. Only that place can feed the Biafrans. Only that place we feed a lot of people, do a lot of exploitation. And again, let our people. I love what our leader is doing. He asked the Fulani and the Hausas to take the oil. There's a very big nation today that are not living with oil, that don't even have oil, but they are more richer than those that have oil today, because all their mind is in oil. Let them take the oil and give us our freedom. We don't care about the oil. We don't care to do anything about the oil. 2023, there's cars that have been built now, hybrid. They charge it and you drive your car and go. Very soon the oil will be relevant the way code is relevant today. Will be or useless today. So it's better we move on and forget those that don't want to move on. Thank you. That is what I want to say. God bless you people and Happy New Year too.
Thank you. Blessings. You call on the phone. Hello. Hello, call on the phone. Call on the phone. Can you hear me? Hello, call on the phone. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Good morning from here. What's the name I call
Hello.
from? Hello, can hear you. Call on the phone. Hello.
Call on the phone. Hello. Hello, call on the phone.
Call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Everybody, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
My name is Eric Nobona. I am calling from Brazil. But I hear from Isu is in Onitsha government about cricket province. So I must commend you people for the good work people are doing for their fans.
Thank you so much.
And I also extend my greeting to my people, the Ebony State. The cricket province, they are formidable. They have overpowered the evil man called devil man. So they have no place in our place anymore, because we own the land and we dictate what happens in our country. So to talk about our resources, we have many resources. I must say that Abakaliki is the food basket of Biafra when the Biafra is stored, because we produce so large of. We have cassava, we have oils, we have yam. We produce them in quantity, and we have limestone at Nkalago by the Majesty.
Yeah.
So we are blessed with more resources, and we still have many others who are there to recover. So we are blessed. So I must talk to people for the good work people are doing. Biafra is already here. So keep it on.
Thank
God
you.
bless you people. I'm bye from here.
Thank you. Call on the phone. Hello. Hello, call on the phone. Can you hear me? Hello, call on the phone. Call on the phone, are you there? We have another caller there. Hello. Okay, we lost the call. Sorry about that. So we were talking about the divide and rule, how it almost got us.
Yes, you see, the thing is that it started gradually. Because in the past, you could not differentiate from somebody from Akwa Ibom and Calabar. We were all one. I remember those days, my grandfather, we had a lot of things to do with the Calabar, because, you know, so Biafra land has always been one. But the divide and rule system, especially after the genocide they committed, went so deep to the point that you see even in the same states, you see the divisions. It was getting stronger and stronger every day, to the point that if even in Anambra State, you still see somebody telling you that I'm from Anam, and I'm not from Newi, I'm from here. And of course, you see, it was getting deep to the point that people were denying their father's land. And a good number of them will even travel out of Biafra land and say, I'm not an Igbo. Some of them changed and became Abdullahi. It got to that point. Exactly. So, you see, the divide and rule simply did a lot of damage, but thanks for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Today, Biafra is being elected. Like
call on the phone, hello.
Hello?
Can you turn down the volume of your listening device, please?
Hello?
Sorry, we cannot take your call. We have another caller there. Hello? Hello, call on the phone. Good morning from here. What's the name you are calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Am I on air?
Yes, you are. You on air. Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm calling from Enugu province. My name is Chijoke. I don't think the topic I'm hearing the radio is something on this about what you have in your own area in Biafra land.
Of course, that's the same thing. We are transmitting simultaneously on Radio Biafra. The same thing you are hearing on Biafra TV is the same thing you will also hear on radio. We are transmitting presently, concomitantly on radio.
Okay, I'm not watching radio Biafra TV. I was listening to the radio with my iPhone.
Okay,
so I'm very much happy for the way you people are working for us, because Biafra is already here. I so much thank you for your effort. There's something I want to pledge for. Please, I need to I want to have Onibe phone number. There is an important message for that, please. Which I'm not able to
you are going to call after the program. Reach us after the program.
Okay, I should call this number after the program.
Exactly.
Hello?
All right, call on WhatsApp. Hello.
I don't have the...
Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Hello?
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Mr. Shukuri. I'm calling from Switzerland. I'm from Choka Province, Biafra land. Mazi Oriako.
My brother, good morning.
Good morning. Ada Ngozi Shukuka, good morning.
Mazi.
May God bless both of you and all lovers of freedom.
Thank you.
And today what I want to contribute is about the relationship between Nigeria and Sudan. You know, Sudan is Islamic State, and Bashir is now under pressure. And Nigeria is also Islamic State, and Jublin, that is in charge of Nigeria for the moment, is from Sudan. So they want to work together and they achieve their goal.
That is why they now plan to make a relation between a flight that will come from Sudan to Kano, not from Sudan to Lagos or Enugu or Port Harcourt. So you can see now they are running another state in northern Zoo there to assure others who is clamoring for one Nigeria to open their eye for them to know that there is nothing like one Nigeria. There is another state they are running in the northern Nigeria there. So another thing I want to say is about our brothers in Zoo military. That is not listening. They are not listening at all. There is one proverb Igbo people says that so those people we have shouting and asking them to come back. They refuse to come back. For $100, 40,000 Swiss franc, 40,000 naira every month is like $100. Is that what you want to give your life for, and forget your family, your wife and your husband and your father and your mother? And they know that they are there just to slaughter, not for war. During Biafran war, before Biafran war, Ojukwu told our people in the north to come back because the clean is too much in the place of worship, in the marketplace, at a place of living, on the way, everywhere they are. And Ojukwu tell them to come back, that these people is not our partner. They say no, that they love the Northerners. When the war starts, now they run to this so-called emirs to take shelter, and that emirs begin to, starve them. They begin to ask for food. They no food. They begin to ask for water. No water. And today they want to repeat the same mistake. And they have told them that this time they will say no, give me blood to drink. Now they refuse to come back. The idea until when this thing starts, it will be late for them. So this is what I want to tell them today again, to come back. Let us. Biafra is already restored. Let us build Biafra and face what is God have given to us. Let us develop it. Let them leave the northern people, the Islamic people. They are not our brothers. This is my contribution today. So I thank you and I say may God bless you and keep every one of us alive until Biafra is restored. Thank you. God bless you.
So much.
Bye.
We have another call on the phone. Call on the phone. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Hello. Call on the phone. Your name and your.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Friday.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from Imo State, okay. In Amaduru Province. This is my own contribution this morning. People tell us to say, what can we produce? What are they doing to our side? In my village, we have pantries. As I was born, my mother used to use that pantry and produce what they call baskets. This basket where they used to use to put tomatoes, and this pan kernels is what my mother used for training us. In my village, we have what they call, we have cassava. In my village, cassava, we have a lot of cassava. As I come to town, before I start eating garlic, in my village, we don't have machine to process garlic, but we are eating fufu. In my village, we have because my village, we have common boundary with Anambra. In my village is that place, you say stop. After my village, you get to a cross or us. After that or us, you go to you get what they call all you mean. That's all you mean is what Okoye do. Okoye, Irimagwagu produce for us. That's all you need. Since when I was born, that's all you need was producing from days ago, and that's all you need has come down. I don't know. It's a very, very big company. That's all you need that produce at least almost 100 gallons every day or 200 gallons every day. People want there. Since some white people come there at that time when I was young, But as I am now, that place now was shut down. You see, I try to ask IPOB worldwide to help us to equip that place again so that we can make use of it. In my village, we have the place for that for us, the common sand, this sharp sand, the commodity very, very well. Actually cheap. For this calabash here, I bring in calabash, sometimes they say sand 18,000 to 14,000. But then my village, they can sell sand 7,000, 5,000. If that they can bring people to come to help us, and community will be eating. We have this gravel too in my white place in Amoke. So please, I want IPB to come and help us to do something there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Of course, once the project starts, it's going to affect a lot of things, and all the communities everywhere in Biafra land will be one way or the other be affected. Okay, we have another call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp, good morning. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Mazoriago.
Good morning, welcome to the program.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mazoriak, and good morning, Sister Ngozi. May God bless you people.
You say?
Yeah, my name is Lance. I'm calling from Malaysia.
Okay.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
You people are doing a great work, and Biafra is a reality. Biafra is a reality. Sorry, let me off my device. Okay. I want to say something concerning boycotting election in Biafra land. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
We are planning to boycott election in Biafra land, but sometimes I get worried, I get confused concerning our brothers in Biafra land. We can't be planning to boycott election, and you still see our brothers still campaigning for those governors. For example, if you come to Imo State in Imposters, this man wants a making Hedora to go as a governor, but they are still agitating, they want to boycott election. If you come to Mbano, they want to Ararume to go for a governor, or we want to boycott election. If you go to Olo, they want this man, Senator Hope, to go, and so we want to boycott election. So I get worried sometimes. Now we say we want to sit at home that day and eat ofen sala. Well, that day you still see some people will still go and vote. You will still see those people that say, now we want Biafra, we want Biafra tomorrow, next tomorrow, or they will still go and vote. It looks as if what we are doing, we are joking.
They are hired people.
So I get worried sometimes. I want to ask them, is there any measure? What are the plans do we have? When we say sit at home, let's stop any movement. Like Mazoriak said, anywhere we see evil poster, you should throw it away. We need to start acting, not by saying we want to sit at home. That day we see some people, they will go and vote. Whether 20 or 40 or people, they will still say, you are a winner. Somebody must emerge as a winner.
All right,
so
thank you very much. You've made your
point
known. Thank you very much. And Maziriak will respond to that after the caller on the Skype. We'll have a call on Skype. Hello. Hello, call on Skype.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Sister Ngozi.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, good afternoon. And Mazi Uriako and our brother behind the curtain. That is behind the scene, the engineer.
Thank you.
Because many people will just come on air and greet only two of you.
All right.
Without greeting that man. That gets, without that very man, nobody will get to you people. So I'm saying Happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, I just want to answer question to what the last caller um, just said.
Okay.
What he said was not far. Truth was not far-fetched from it, because I thank God he mentioned the names of those very places. But I assure him that when on the day of election, he should watch and see, because in that same basis, IPOB went on the ground, something that has not happened before. They went and disrupted those of their council of elders and Igbos and whatever, and that meeting there could not hold, you know. So this is just the beginning to tell them that even if you like, call 1,000 people that call themselves Biafrans, give them money, but on the day of election, you just wasted your money. Nobody will come out to vote. So he should not worry himself. You know, out of 1 billion, or let's say 70 million Biafrans, and the 3 people came out to vote, does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So we are going home. So thank you very much. And another thing I want to say, I want to thank Chukwuka for giving our Jewish Biafrans freedom, because OKC Basu thought that he owns the world or he owns Haba. But I think Chukwuka, and I think all our Lego teams, they are working tirelessly. Then on the issues of those three brothers that somebody mentioned from Abakaliki or whatsoever, we should place a search and intelligence search for it to find where they were and what's happening to them, and make it viral on media, so that people that didn't know what was happening will see it and believe it without pressing search. Because this time around, a lot of things are happening. The Boko Haram will not, Nigerian militaries and the police will not go to their very place to combat with them. Although they know how to do it. And the senators are supporting them, just like where I saw Nkige now said he's a prophet. I don't know who anointed him. I don't know where his church is or where his adoration ground is. He said he's a prophet to the Igbos. Anyway, thank God he said he was not their friend. You know, they allow what they call it roadblocks on the land of Biafra. Go to Yoruba land, you don't see any block anywhere. Go to Matanas, you don't see roadblock anywhere. Then what are the reasons of how would those people? Even some of the roadblocks, you will see them in some clans. I mean, in Luguna Road, all this road that the federal government has not contributed the time to reconstruct or construct. You see them mount the roadblock there, and people living around that place will keep quiet. Some of them will be calling them Ahua, Kajad, you know, giving them money. And at the end of it all, they will be killing them, and yet they are crying. They don't know what to that very place. You know, there is one adage that said, when the hunter, when the bird kind of learn on how to fly without fetching, the hunter will keep shooting without aiming. You know, this thing has become so much. Okay, look at it right now. Our lead has been vindicated. Why is it that the Sudanese airline will now be contracted even in Nigeria, but basically based on a particular place? That is to tell you that our leader is 100% prophet. This people has a very big plan in 2010. They will use that very airline to kind of connect all the Islamic allies to bring in weapons. You know, in that same Kano, that is where they have dry ports. That has never happened in the whole wide world. Now they have an airline international carrier that will only land or kind of carry some carriers in that same Kano. That is to tell you, Kano is the center of the cabal in that contraption. You know, in that center, that is where they have what they call the G20 or whatever. Before, Now, that is to tell you that very place, they want to make it a sophisticated ground for weapon and terrorism. Because if not, what are the reasons of dry port in that place? And then what are the reasons of land and sea? They want to make that very place a sophisticated ground for what? For weapon and terrorism, a kind of a transaction, and the international world they are away from it. And another thing, again, the BBC or whatever, they will not speak, they will not say anything. And these people, Boko Haram has been equipped. How did they keep their weapons? They are now sending police and whatever, and they now use what they call a roadblock to create fear into our people, then and keep on governing there. Let me just tell you, this year, 2019, Nigeria will burn.
Sure.
It will burn. Anybody that tell you that it's not going to burn, it will surely burn, and you start from them, because if you watch Galadima, what that man is saying, that is to tell you their house, God has divided their house. They don't understand themselves anymore. More revelations are coming, and they will start killing themselves, just like what happened to some idiot. Will happen to each and every one of them. So thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you so
God bless
much.
you.
Bless you too. Thank you very much.
And of course, when you talk about election, remember one thing. Our focus primarily is on the presidential election. Of course, we have to take it step by step. By the time they see what happened on the presidential election, nobody tells them what happens on the day for the gubernatorial election. So we are simply going to cripple everything that has to do with Nigeria, because we don't talk about Nigeria in Biafra land. So our attention must be drawn, because we see one thing they are trying to use the governors to do is to divide the people. That is one thing we understand, and of course that's why we are not we don't even bother them, because the governors can go ahead and say whatever they want to say. But our primary focus is on the presidential election. So we have to cripple Biafra land that day, make sure that there is no Nigerian election in Biafra land. Then of course the governors will learn their lessons from it. So you don't need to bother yourself. Sometimes you see the governors going and of course tearing their people up. They will tell you, yes, I'm an Mbise man, I'm an Ngwa man, I'm an this. Don't allow IPOB to make your brother fall. You know, that's the language. Yeah. So we understand it. And that is why we focus on the presidential election. And of course, from that angle, the governors will learn their lessons.
Our primary focus is on the Can you turn down the volume of your listening device? Okay, we lost the call, so go ahead, please.
So you see, it's very, very simple. We understand how these things work.
Call on the phone, hello. Hello, are you there?
Presidential election.
Can you turn down the volume of your listening device? We lost the call. Call on WhatsApp, hello. Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, good morning. What's the name you are calling from? Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, call on the WhatsApp. Hello, good morning.
Listening. Call on the phone, hello.
My name is Sudan Nigeria. I'm calling from Akwa Ibom State. I'm now from Oruwanam local government. You talk about the first head of state that furrow for the genocide and that side. The Babu Mafuta, which is Obasanjo, furrow for the genocide, also cripple Odi. And I want to talk about the election in Akwa Ibom State. Anyhow, Okwabi one time will give to him. There will be no presidential election in Akwa Ibom State. There will be no election in Akwa Ibom. We are ready. The Okwabi has already teach us how to play the drum, and we will play it. All the Akwa Ibomians have already know that man in our sorrow is never Buhari has said, guys say. So we are ready for the election, presidential election, will fire to fire. We also sing one song, but across. their lady to cross the ocean.
You see? Thank you. Call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. I just want to contribute one thing concerning this election of a thing. If there is any way Ipob leadership can give an order, let us see anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. Because our people, because we don't, they do things and there is no consequences. That's why people are gallivanting and still calling, campaigning for others. Let us announce it, and if it is to be printed on a poster and paste it everywhere, you support these politicians and shout one Nigeria. Yeah. We will treat you exactly the same way, like Zibas who murders our people, because these are the people who are giving this, trying to undermine what we are doing and giving these people the morale to go on massacring our people. Even if it is my mother that is shouting, go and vote for Atiku, let her know that she will be beheaded, but she will be dealt with in a way that she will never ever believe it. And when we say such a thing, we stand on it and make sure such a thing is carried out. Our people, they are doing all this thing because they know there is no consequences. And this thing happened in the north. Imagine in the north, they say they are not want to be one Nigeria, and somebody will come out and be shouting, "Hey, I want one Nigeria," because those people know they are going
thank
to be
you very much. Your advice has been noted, but at the Master Bride, you need to say something on that.
There is no Sharia in Biafra land.
Not at all.
We don't behead, and
Not
of course
all.
it's not. We have a way. We boycott them. That is what we do. Of course, even a thief those days, when you catch a thief, you drag them around the market and still let them go. We don't kill them.
Sure.
So there's no jungle justice in Biafra land. We don't behead anybody.
Call on WhatsApp. Hello. Hello. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, my sister Ngozi.
Thank you. Good morning.
And our brother Oliako. I'm calling from Italy. I'm Mr. Simon from Mocha North. I want to say our people in Mocha North have a lot of things. They are no can't live. I will attorney. They are no. American provide any producers very well. I don't want to basala. Anambra American well. Abondo. I will I'm not boom name a magari. I become my rice. I na my canon at least. Okay, rice luna. I na rice uno eju everywhere. A play na guy the cheat. I want to na granite, tomato. Okwa I wear manya ya okwacha. And short American specialize in basalo eko and I na bukuzo elu basalo ogwa jamana ebe na ụlọ afia na afọ obosi afọ ọbụla afia American na-eju American ya ndị dị iche iche si n'obodo dị iche iche na-abịa igo ihe akọpụta n'ugbo na American. So we have a lot, only that I don't know if this time they're still that's busy like that as it used to be before because of the situation of things. Everybody is running out of the village anyway. But we have a lot of things anyway. I don't know, there are some that I didn't remember. Thank you very much, my people. And may God bless you all for the program. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Of course, just like you were saying, we do not run Sharia here in Biafra land. We are called Mando.
Of course, we don't do it.
Call on the phone. Hello. Okay, we lost the call. We lost the call, sir, about that. Do call back. Hello, call on the phone. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, we'll have a few minutes to go and we'll be taking just a few more calls for today. Very calling for today. Very important. We take note, of course. course, Pastor Chris Wise talked about our Jewish brethren who were arrested and, of course, granted bail. Yes, they've been granted bail, but let it be taken to notice that they have not been released. They are still in prison. They are still in prison, waiting for the formalization of their bail application. They are still there. They've not been released. So that's the latest information about that. Okay, we are waiting for your call. Just about 2 more calls and we will draw the curtain. Hello, call on the phone. Call on the phone, are you there? Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. What's the name you are calling from?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello?
Too bad. Okay, so before we go, Mazi Uriaka, because I have to draw the curtain here, what message do you have for Biafrans?
Of course, one clear message that our people must understand is a good number of our people are still in their villages up until now. Think what is available in your village. Think what to do for Biafra, not what Biafra will do for you.
Coming out clear. Good morning from the land of the brave and home of the free.
Good morning to you. You are coming out loud.
My name is Sonia Muchechiku.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Am I coming out clear? Sorry.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Sonia Muchechiku. I'm calling from Ibocha. That is Port Harcourt. I remain your loyal servant and a follower of freedom and a lover of those who are justified by Elohim. Assuming Almighty God bless you all. Happy New Year, however. I stand to make a remark of something. I know I'm taking much of time, but please let me say this quickly.
Okay, you have just 3 minutes.
I came to realize that my village, which is Igberi in the local government under the province, has been destroyed by erosion particularly, which I looked at it as a problem to us. If every other village have things they produce and things they can depend on, I think in my own side I have an ecology that can boost the volumes of production. That is why I'm calling, because the last few days I was in the village, in the kindred meeting, I realized that almost every kindred that held their meeting have a way of contributing individually, let me use the word individual effort, to make sure they get the erosion, corrected. And if you look at this, it's not helping us. This is a place where Origins of Carlo have been looking at money day by night. And he has never done anything about this. And I looked at the ecology as a place that would be so reserved for golf. When the white men, the Israelis come around after helping us to build our nation, they can relax here and play their golf. But now, as I'm talking to you, people are dying each second in accidents and erosion, degrading everywhere. And I'm only asking that if they can come around and build up this place for us, I'll be so grateful. We are no longer relenting from this restoration. We are no longer begging anyone to come and do it, call the politicians. We are tired of them. However, I do not have much to say. I say, may God bless you all.
You see?
Thank you from here.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for that. And of course, talking about it, we are working with them. They are not just coming to build things for us. They are not just coming to, develop our land. They are coming to help, and together we will make it happen. So that's why all hands must be on deck. We need to rise up. We need to wake up. We need to stand up to our responsibility and build our nation, Biafra. Once again, thank you for joining us this morning. I remain Ngozi Chukwuka. Stay tuned as more wonderful programs will be coming your way after now.